Okay, now we are going to look at lesson 15, where the objective is we're just continuing to do that same awesomeness that was lesson 14, but we're going to have maybe more remainders and just kind of regrouping again and again. So it says remainders in the smallest unit, but there really aren't any remainders in the smallest unit because that would be a remainder here, but these are all going to end up with 0. So a few important things. Make sure you have in your notes that the words are really important. I'm going to try to use these all the time. You have to know what they mean. The dividend is the whole. The divisor is typically the number of groups, okay? And then division really means sharing evenly, and the whole is everything we have. So really important that you lay this out in this way and recognize that the quotient is the answer to the division problem. And then if you just check your notes and make sure you have these. Okay, we'll go over it in class. But make your place value chart, model these. We will have gone over it, but you may need to just pause the video for a minute and make sure you have everything you need. Remember that the opposite of division is multiplication, and you should be able to check every answer by multiplying to check and see if you get these corresponding. This goes together. Okay, so 85 hundredths, if that's your answer, then you multiply that by 2 and you should end up with the dividend. Okay, at the bottom. And so let's go. All right, lesson 15. So in the book, we have a very tiny little number here. We have 5/10. So if you want to model this in your book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all we have. And they have now taken away our scaffold of the sections at the bottom. So you make them yourself. Draw 2 sections at the bottom because 2 is your divisor. That's how many groups we're going to break this into. Okay? Okay, remember this is where the decimal lives. So if I have 5/10, decimal up, put it in the quotient before you start. I have 0 ones, and then I'm looking to put my standard form answers below after I share evenly. So start sharing. 1, 2, 3, 4. But since I have 5, that would be that odd man out. So we're going to regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4 are accounted for here, but I have 2 in each group, so 2/10 in each group. 2 of the 2 groups makes 4/10 that are accounted for with 1 left over. So if I have nothing here in my hundredths place, this is where this one has 10 times the value. So let's call it 10 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's accounted for, and now I can share it. So start sharing. Remember, you're counting to 10. Don't lose track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now these are accounted for. They're all shared, and I have 5 in each group. So what does the standard algorithm look like in this one? Well, I had 0. And so when I regroup, now I have 10 hundredths. And so what I'm going to do is show the 5 for each group, multiply and use them up, show that there's nothing left, and so my final answer is 2. Remember, it's how many are in each group, and 5. Okay? So you just make this chart do what you need it to do. It's just like the problem. You're going to make the problem do what you need it to do. We're going to add a 0, make it part of the next one. Okay? So moving up. Need that to refocus. There we go. So model your 5 and 7/10. 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 7/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're going to be dividing this by 4. So I need 4 sections at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to make them straight, but it's okay if it's not perfect. It just needs to be functional, okay? So here, I know that I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Odd man out. Let's regroup it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is accounted for. Now I have 10 tenths to add to the 7 tenths that I already had. So now I have 17 tenths to share evenly in these 4 groups. Well, if you know your times tables, 4 times 4 is 16. So let's start doing the standard algorithm so you can see what I'm dealing with over here. 5 ones can be evenly divided with 1 in each group to use up 4 with 1 left over. Then I combine it with my 7 tenths. Now I have 17 tenths. 4 times 4 is going to use up 16 of those tenths with 1 left. Let's see what that looks like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 used up, but I had 17 to start with. Does not matter which one you take. You can just cross all these out, and one of them needs to go over and be regrouped with the 0 hundredths that I had. 1 is getting regrouped with the 0, which will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hundredths. And we're going to divide them into the 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would go here. But I can't do that because in division we have to evenly be sharing. So these 2 are going to get regrouped. That's a lot of place value discs. Well, start writing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's that one. So now these are accounted for. Now I have 20. So show the standard algorithm down here. So 5, 10 divided by 4, there's the 2. Uses up 8 of them with 2 left over. And I don't want to have this 2 down here. I want to regroup it with the 0 thousandths that I had. Now I have 20 thousandths. Makes sense. So I'm going to divide the 20 thousandths into these 4 groups, and I know that that makes an even 5 in each group. So 5 times 4 is going to use up my 20 thousandths and give me nothing left over. So don't forget you're counting to 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And there's your 5. So your final answer in standard form, looking at 1 in each of the one set down here at the bottom, I have 1, 1. I have 4 tenths. I have 2 hundredths. And I have 5 thousandths. So that's your final answer, 1.425. 1 and 425 thousandths. And I know sometimes it bugs people if I don't fill in the blank. 0 and 25 hundredths there. So it's all done. Turn the page. Now for this one, saves a lot of time not having to do all the discs, but you must understand that you will be adding zeros and bringing down, okay, to regroup. So set it up. 2 is your divisor. 9 tenths is your dividend. Okay, decimal up. It doesn't matter that this is a very tiny number. We can do division and multiplication with any size numbers now in 5th grade. So let's start dividing. 0 is not divisible by 2, but 9 is. 4 times. How many groups can I get in there? I can have 4 in each group of 2, and 4 times 2 is 8, and that will use up 8 tenths with 1 left over. So they're going to talk about this real soon. Annex the 0 annex. It's like build it on. And then you can drop it down, annex the 0. Now I have 10 hundredths to divide by 2. And that will give me 5 in each group, and I will have 0 left. So I'm not going to bother rewriting these. This is equals the answer. You can circle it, and that'll make it nice. 5 into 9 and 1/10. Set it up, decimal up. How many times can you fit 5 into 9? That's 1. We're going to use up 5, and there's going to be a huge amount of leftovers, almost the whole thing. But again, it's less than the divisor, so we are okay. I have 4.1 or 41/10. So how many times I can get 8? 8 times 5 is 40. Use 40/10 with 1/10 left over. Annex the 0, bring it down, and then combine it with the 1/10 that was left over for 10 hundredths. It goes in 2 times. We're going to use up 10 hundredths. Okay, not COVID. We're good. 1.82. 9 divided by 6. Now, if I had $1 for every time the kids would just whoop, flip it around because they're like, I don't know which one goes where. Okay, it's 9 divided by 6. So put a decimal immediately and annex a 0 just immediately, because I know this is not going to be even division here. 9 divided by 6. I can fit one group of 6 to use 6 with 3 left over. Each of these, remember, is worth 10. So 10, 20, 30. Now I have 30/10 divided by 6. And I would have 5 in each group. That uses all of the tenths. And so that's our final answer. Here we have 4 divisor, 98 hundredths dividend. 0 not divisible. 9 is divisible. Okay, if I have 4 groups, I can fit 2 in each group to use up 8 of the tenths out of 9 with 1 left over. Bring down the 8, then I have 18 hundredths to divide, but that will not be even. I can fit 4 in each group to use up 16 of them with 2 left over. Annex a 0, just build it on, bring it down, and regroup. So I have 20 thousandths. If you want to know where we are, we're right here. 20 thousandths divided by 4. I can extend this line out. It's no problem. You just keep stretching it out as needed. 5 times 4 is 20. We use all of them. We have nothing left. And always in your zeros, I forgot here, put a happy face because we're happy that we have no remainder. Okay, 9 and 3/10 divided by 6, decimal up. 6 goes into 9 one time. I can use up 6 of the ones with 3 remaining. Regroup it with this one. I have 33/10 divided by 6. I can put 5 in each group. 5 times 6 is 30. I will have 3 left over. We have a remainder in the smallest unit, so we annex the 0. Now I have 30 hundredths divided by 6. And again, I just did that one right here. And so when you put your 5, you've already done that math. That's what's nice about these is once you start recognizing your times tables, you'll say, oh, I just did that one. I don't have to solve it again. 4 and 91, and this is all ones so far. So 9 tens divided by 4, I can get 2 for a total of 8 with 1 10 left over. Regroup it with the ones, which is 11 ones. That's not even, but I can still get 2 4s in there for 8 with 3 left over. Now what happens here? Well, not too difficult. I have a decimal that lives here, and I'm going to put that up, decimal up. I'm going to annex the 0, and I'm going to bring it down so that I have 30/10. Okay, you can do this very easily. And then divide 30/10 by 4. Uses 28 of the tenths. I have 2 left over. Annex another 0. Remember, it's all about place value. Line these up very, very carefully. And then I have 20 hundredths divided by 4, which will now end with all my units being used. Okay? Word problems. Gotta hurry up. And we have 6 bakers shared 7 5/10 kilograms of flour equally. Sorry. How much flour did they each receive? That was probably really loud on the speaker. 6. Don't forget that word form numbers exist, and so you might look for the number, and there's only this other one, so just read carefully. 7 5/10 kilograms divided by 6. Okay, these are the bakers. This is the amount of flour they're sharing equally. Decimal up. Start dividing. 7 divided by 6 is 1. I'm going to use up 6 of them with 1 left over. Regroup it with the tenths. Now I have 15 tenths. You can, in 6 groups, so you can fit 2 in each group for a total of 12. That would leave me with 3. I'm going to annex this 0. I hate these. They're always so squishy. But I have my 30 hundredths, and then I always have to do this, 30. But divided by 6 is 5, and I'm going to use 30, and we will end up with 0. So how much flour did they each receive? Each baker received 1.25 kilograms of flour. Circle your answer and label it. It's a word problem. It needs words. And finally, Mrs. Henderson is having a party, making punch by mixing 10 9/10 liters of apple juice, 6/10 liters of orange juice, and 8 liters of ginger ale. Delicious. She pours the mixture equally into 6 large punch bowls. How much punch is in each bowl? Express your answer in liters. So let's take our apple juice, orange juice, and ginger ale, and we will combine them. So 10 9/10 liters of apple juice, AJ, these are all liters. 6/10 liters of orange juice. Remember how to line up carefully, OJ. And 8 liters of ginger ale. It's a whole number. It's a whole number. It's a whole number. Goes in the ones place. Okay? Line these up so carefully. So we need to have the total number of liters of all the juices so that we can then share them in these 6 bowls. So when you add 6 plus 9, you get 15. And then we end up with 19 5/10 liters of all the juices and the ginger ale, so all of our delicious drink. And we're going to take our 19 5/10 and we're going to split that into these 6 bowls. So we have to share it equally. Watch for these words. Keyword, pours it equally. Decimal up, start dividing. Nope, nothing there. 19 can be divided with 3 in each group of our 6 groups, which uses 18. I have 1 left over. Regroup it with the 5. Then I have 15 tenths. Divide again. I can fit 2 in each of the 6 groups to use 12. I will have 3 left over. Annex the 0, just build it on, drop it down, give me the 30 hundredths I need to make 5 more groups. 5 more in each group of 6, which would be 30, and nothing left over with the line through his face. Poor guy. But anyway, how much punch is in each bowl? Now this is liters, so 3 2/25 liters of punch in each bowl. And that is how you do lesson 15. So if you guys have questions, write them down and we'll talk about them really soon. Hope you liked it. Bye.